Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, here's where we are with gold. This is a 4-minute, folks. Just to let me show you the kind of swing we've had here. I'll be right back with you. But I want you to see from where we were way back here. You can see we were there at 470. You see how you 470 right back, or 455. That was a 382. Then we came down and we made the 786 on the daily. I already pointed that out. And then we had this move like this. You can see this has taken several hours. There it was at 8 o'clock in the morning, New York. And you can see we're making right at a 382. The market went up to 481, okay? And it started to come down, and it came down, and it came down, and it came down. And it came down and made a really nice ABCD pattern right here. All right. Now, this ABCD pattern is going to be at 50%. You'll see that I can tell, I looked at so many of these that there's 50%. There's 382 right here. There's 50%. Then it starts to rally, and it starts to come down one more time. No, here's where we are right now. This is where we are right now. And you can see we had this other run here. This hasn't quite made a 382 yet, but this was telling you when you're in a market, folks, and you don't know which direction it's going, try to look at these because they tell you where the trend is starting, folks. It really is. It's I get too excited about this stuff. Anyway, we got if you like ABCD, and here we are with the old stop and P. Let's get it up here. That's all I know, folks. So if you don't like ABC, let's go to the 3 minutes so we can get rid of that. Just see the simple old ABCD. Make it easy on ourselves, huh? Look what we got going here now, boys and girls. You got the AB right here. There's AB, okay? Pulls back right down to the old 707. Uh-oh, there he is right now. That's the old number. It's got to be pretty close, right? Pretty close, right on the money. That means the old cowboy's got to do something here. So hold on with me for just a minute. I got to come up here, do one little thing that makes it real easy, and I just hit that click button, and then the bada bing, bada boom, and then we'll see what's happening. So, all right, let's get out of the way here. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Boy, there's so much going on these things, folks. I look at this stuff, I said, good God. I said, how can this stuff be happening? Anyway, let's move on and do a few things that I wanted to cover this morning. First of all, we got to cover about something we made the recommendation on a long time ago, and that's this triple weighted ETF. Well, everything's an ETF anymore, but this was the bottom day here, the 28th of October, right there is where we were when we had that. We were buying it right in here. And of course, it looks like that's a lot of money, but it wasn't. And just like this hasn't made a lot of money yet, but this is where we were right here on the 28th. That's when the day was the worst day for breadth in the history of the S&P, which goes back 74 years. There were only 105 of the 500 issues went up. 380 of them were down, and that's what we're looking at right now. You've completed an ABCD pattern here today, and that's why we're going to be moving on some of these things. But I believe, now I follow things and what people are doing around the world. I don't look at the news or anything, but I watch what they're talking about. And one of the big things talking about was Bitcoin. And folks, if you'll remember, I think I did that chart here. I got it here somewhere. Maybe I don't think so. Oh, it's probably, you know what? Let me look here in the old chart index here. Where are we at? November 12th. We should have it in here in the newsletter because I always do Bitcoin. Well, I think I do Bitcoin all the time. Sometimes I forget. I don't see it anywhere. It has to be in here. Ah, there it is. Okay, now you see where this says 92,000 right here. We did not put this last swing in, and that's the key. Let me show you. And that's what I was watching this morning at 88,000. Hit it exactly. Okay, take a deep breath, Larry. You're going to be okay. Got to come up here, get back into Teams. Trading View, because I want to show you this, because it's a very, very interesting one to watch, because you can watch. This is what I do with ABCD, so I hope you enjoy it. If you don't, wake up in a few minutes and I'll cover some other stuff. Okay, that gets me into the program that I want to be watching, and then all I got to do now is come over here and click. Where are you at over here? Here's our Bitcoin. All right, there's Bitcoin. There's what I want to show you. Okay, this is from the very top, folks. Okay, the very top. And I can do this. I'm going to go slowly because a lot of you people have never seen me do this, so I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to clone these lines, all right? There's your first A, B, C, D line, all right? That's cloned, and I'm just going to clone it, and it'll say cloned. So now I have another one, so I take A, B, and I add C, D to it. And that takes us down to right about there. That's where we were before, remember? 9,200, 92,000. But we have another swing right here. This was a 6-day rally, 382 off of the high. So what we have to do is we got to do the same thing. We come over, because these markets are very dynamic, as we know, and we want to draw this last one in. So there's your next A, B, C, D pattern, which is right there. And then we're just going to clone it. And now we have a clone of that, so we're going to move that one right down to here. Bada bing, bada boom. You see that? AB equals CD, how it comes together right here. And boys and girls, that means we've had a good rally, and the rally has started. There it is, right there at 88,000. All right? And it goes, did I do that right? Has to be right. Well, nothing has to be right. There it is. Yeah, we were supposed to go to about 91,000. We went to 89,000, so it missed it by 1,000. That's not much in that market. So that has completed. All right, that's why we're getting a little, bounce rally. Folks, these markets are so bearish, they're looking for anything. I mean, anything to try to get it to go up. Okay, and that's why it's so difficult. If you count the number of days down in this move, let's do that. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days down. So you got 10 days down here, 10 days down here. You're going to get a bounce. And let's forget Bitcoin and go on to other questions that you other folks might have. So get back up here to the program, and we'll see there's where we are with the SPY. We have a couple questions about different things, and I'll try to answer them if I can. Hold on one second here, get rid of the Bitcoin. Crude oil, several people asked me about the crude oil. This actually turned out to be a pretty good trade, folks, when I did it this morning. See, I did the crude oil right here, and this is where it changed. You see how it inverted at that spot right there? That means that we were getting ready to turn and go up the other side, just like we were doing with the S&P and all the others. All of those turned, and that's why the key part was watching to see those things unfold, because there's really, really big action going on. Let me bring to your attention here why the Dow Jones stopped where it did, okay? Because it was setting at some pretty interesting spots here. Now remember, there's your large ABCD coming down, okay? That's the big one.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, here's the last 4 or 5 days, and 6 days in the Dow Jones. You see the high over there we made at the 61%. Remember that day? That was the 13th of November. There it is, right, 12th, right there at midnight. And then here we are 6 days later as we've had a pretty big break. Now, before you get wildly bullish, let's look at this. You go from this spot here, the 13th, you drop 1,000 points. You go from 48,000 down to 47,000, and you have this giant rally here, 500 points, okay? Now look at that. If this is A, and this is B, and this is C, and that's D at 1.618, we should compare what this is doing right now. This rally went from 469, 40, let's say 47,000. It rallied up to 47,500. That was the amount of the rally. Now, all I'm going to do, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to put that 500-point rally in right there and just put that over here like this and set that in right there and see how we're doing with that. And that means we should get up a little bit, possibly a little bit higher in this, but I have to update this because I've been hacked so bad that it's not really fair. You can see there's made the double low right here. Now we're getting ready to get close to that. See, this was 46,000, and we're 46,372 for another 130 points. We'll get up to this level, which would match this, folks. Okay, all right. Let's move on and cover some other stuff. There's another market that needs to be pay attention to that we've been watching for quite some time. I was going to do a special report on that, but I decided it was too late because it was time to look at it had already passed. We have a big Mercury thing today and tomorrow, and the full moon comes in on the 19th or 20th, and Mercury comes in tomorrow. Here is the soybean market, folks. Just like we were looking at the old the Dow Jones. Okay, there was our lower in October. Okay, there was our pullback right in here. That's when we were buying the meal. There was the 382 right here, folks, right into the gap. Perfect 382. Just there you can see it right there. Perfect 382. Market explodes and goes all the way up to here. Well, you can see there's A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D to this number right here, and we dropped 17 cents from that number. We went from 67, more than that. We dropped 23 cents from 67 down to 47, and now we're trading at 55. So this may be a pretty significant high in January soybeans. So kind of keep an eye on that one if you're watching it. It fulfills all of the things that you're looking for. And I think on the longer term basis, if we were to look at it, I think I put that one in there too. But like I said, I get so much stuff on here, I don't know what's going on. Let's get back to what really counts, folks. Here's where we were last week when we were talking about this. All right. This is important because it works pretty good. Okay, this is the Bradley model, okay? This is the one where we were before. I've got the wrong one up here. This is the long term showing you the ones that work pretty good. All right, let's just go over and show you the one that we're in. We're in the cycle that we're watching is right now, and that is... Okay, DBT, where are you? Doggone it, you hiding from me again? I mark these darn things and I can't find them, so I got too much stuff to talk about, I guess. Who knows? That's not it. Well, the only place it can be is over here in the file. Just a minute. I'm a little shook up, folks. Those people that do this hacking stuff, you wouldn't believe. I'm looking at the machine, and all of a sudden the thing comes up, and it's just the ladies yelling and screaming, "You've been hacked! You've been hacked! Don't turn off your computer. Call this number 833, whatever it was." And that's the one thing, I'm not smart enough to do that. So I called John Jameson, and he starts laughing at me, and I said, "Well." Anyway, we finally got it fixed. Here's November the 12th. Okay, that was a big day. If you remember, Norm Winsky, Stan Harley was talking about that. Norm was back here a couple days earlier, but we had the big move here, and this is telling us that the Bradley stock market model says we're going to come down hard into this place right in here. Okay, now we've started down hard. There's no question. We dropped well over 1,500 points in the Dow in just, 4 days? That in itself is pretty unique, don't you think? Of course it is. That's why you've got to, pay attention to that as you're watching some of these things unfold here. So that's all I'm doing. I just add a little bit of ABCD in here. Let me get up here and get some other material. I had a bunch of other stuff that I was trying to talk about, but I never did get it done. Hold on, what else we got? Oh, the euro. The euro is still selling off. Did I do the bonds? I think I did the bonds. Didn't I? I did the bonds. I showed people that's probably what was going to happen. That would happen to work. Euro is still, drifting. I have big swings in the euro. Of course, it's 4 minutes. Let's get down to a regular thing, and you'll see here that we have started down, and we had a 382 retracement here, and that's bringing us down pretty much what we thought also. So that's going along with what we think. So all right, let's move over here and let's see, make sure I got everything on here that I want to cover. The one that I need to cover is Amazon, because it had a big gap down today, folks. I heard the beepers go off early this morning when they opened, and I wanted to find out why it gapped down so much. It probably bounced pretty good back. No, it hasn't done that at all. Okay, now here's Amazon, and a lot of these are related to the AI, folks. And look what's happened to AI the last couple of weeks. Come on, operator. There was the gap down this morning right there. See that's when the beeper went off to tell me, it's gapped down, because I thought there would be an island in here, but there's no island. Okay, because of that right there. So that's it. So you can see we completed all these ABCDs, small ones, maybe in here, who knows. All I'm saying is that this thing is flat out bearish. You got all this bullish news in here, and these markets are not acting very good. The only thing that troubles me and the whole thing is why in the world, let me get up here. Here's Google, all right? We're going to get up here. Why in the world does my good, closest and dearest friend, Warren Buffett, everybody knows me, know that Warren and I are really tight. We go camping and fishing and whatever. No, don't do any of that stuff. We're totally different people. Okay, there's what's been happening with Google here since November, okay, this last month. Now, I don't know when he bought it. He probably bought it back here. Doing the show, Richard. And hold on just a second here. You can see there's where we are. I've had this is acting still pretty bullish of all the other ones, okay? But the others are not doing pretty good. This is one of the reasons why we're having such a rally in the stock market right now, is just because of Google being an expensive one. Let's see how Goldman Sachs is doing too, because if that's rallying, that tells us that that's where the rally is. Oh, there's your reason why the Dow's gone 300 points to the upside. You can see here this morning it opened a little bit lower and has already rallied, 15 points. So that's another one that's moving along pretty good. Okay, now let's move on here to Apple. Everybody asks about Apple, and we were going to have Paula T on today, but she's got things to do with the sheriff's department. They've had some shootings, and she takes care of the families. Okay, now here is Apple. Now you can see here we had the 382. We're making an ABCD here, folks, in Apple. So this doesn't...
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, let's look at the NASDAQ. We saw this happening here. This was a rally that we had here on the 17th. Okay, here we are, the 18th. You can see we've given quite a bit of that back. Now, we haven't quite made the ABCD here. We're very, very close. That's down a little bit lower. But what I was watching here, you see this 3 drive to a bottom pattern. Let's look at this together because John gave me some good information this morning. He follows the old standard deviation stuff that we look at. But as we look at this now, this is really small. You got to carry a big stick to play this one, folks. We get this out of the way here. Yeah, they got the micro. Micro's pretty good, I guess, from what they tell me. All right, look, you got the ABCDs. Let's go A, B. Let's just do it. Come on, Larry, do it. Let's do it for the real here because you're not in any mood to talk anyway because you're still upset about that hacking baloney. There's your first A. This thing screws up. I'm going to do it with the clone line, folks, because ABCDs is what the damn thing is anyway. Okay, there's the first swing down right there. There's ABCD there. There's your second one. There's your third one. There's your fourth one right in here. And that makes it a 3 drive to a bottom pattern, okay? Now, well, here's where we are right here. You can see it. I showed you the thing with the Dow patterns and everything, but there's your ABCD to the downside. Well, the swing is a little, well, now I got to do it because of the advancement of the swing. Remember when it's coming down this hard, you have to increase the ABCD leg, and that's what you have to do on this last leg here, because if you put the ABCD like this, you don't come up with the right number. But look how hard it's coming down. That means it's got to go to 1.27. So Ensign was nice enough to put that in. All I got to do is come over and hit 127, and guess what it does? Is that close? 24382. Sometimes some of these things are pretty good, aren't they? Wow, really amazing. Okay, here's where we are with it right now, having an ABCD forming right now. ABCD. Let's just go to the 8-minute, and you'll see it jumping out at you like an old Christmas tree. And there's the old Christmas tree itself. There's AB equals CD. That's the one for me. And you just draw it in, AB equals CD, and needs to get to 24809, only 30 pips away. Should be able to make that without too much trouble, I would think. All right, that's moving on here to something else that people have asked about, which is the price of Tesla. The greatest car in the world. From everybody that has one sure loves them. I don't trust a car I cannot hear. But that's being back at the old days at Terre Haute, Indiana. Okay, here's Tesla. It's up today, as I recall. It was anyway. Yeah, it's still in. It's still up a little bit. Okay. There's the action today. You see, we backed off this morning. We were down a little bit. Now we've rallied up, and it's up on the day now. There was yesterday's prices right there. We opened lower, and then we've rallied back. So it's doing pretty good, holding this level right in here. So those are the ones that I'm paying real close attention to. All right. Okay. Now I think we'll move on here. Find out what the next one is here. Next question we had was regarding the Japanese yen, because that is El Fuego. It has really been spoken to the upside here, folks, as you can see here. We went through 55 like it didn't exist. Remember that important number here at 55? See that 155 right there? When that thing, look, you had the ABCD to the downside. That's when we were doing our live trading on the 14th. We caught that, so that part was good. Anyway, you can see we went below that. Here's where I would like to show you, but this one doesn't work very well. When you have a big, strong trend like this, the first thing you do is you watch for the 382, okay? You don't come within 50 pips, nothing. Then you have another one that comes in right here doing the same thing, and you see it's also not, because the trend is so strong, you can't rely on it. Oh, did it hit it? Oh my goodness. Oh, this one comes really close. Yeah, this only misses it by about 20 pips, so that's a pretty good one. But look, we're still going higher. You're making another ABCD to the upside. So look at this on the daily, and you'll see there was a move back, and we're still going higher. So look, how much higher? Let's look at it on the weekly, and maybe that'll give us an idea. Well, we're up here, and whoa, look at this. We got this big ABCD here coming in right now, 156 and change. So pay attention to that. Let's look at this a little better since it's here. Clean it all out so we can all see it at the same time. And there's our ABCD pattern. Get that out of the way. Get it out of the way. There you go. Now we're going to draw it in. There's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg right there. 156.48, folks. Now let's do one other thing. Let's measure the time, the time and price. From the last low we had right here, the market rallied up for 14 days, all right? Then all we're going to do now is we're going to take this out of the way here, and we're going to move it over here. And 14 days would take you to December the 14th, right? Right around Christmas time, if it's doing the same number of days up. However, you got a smaller one in here too, but the number you got, this you can't really, that doesn't help you much, folks. Really, all that is a simple cycle, and the darn things don't, they don't work as well as you think they do. Well, just a perfect example here. Look, you got one cycle here. Well, this one misses by 1 day, and then just move it over, catch the next one over here. Well, that one catches that one pretty good. Oh, maybe this thing's not too bad. All that is a nominal cycle, folks. And if you know how to use them, then you're in good shape. But anyway, we're real close up here. We're only half a point away from completing this ABCD pattern right here. We're up now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. And boy, it's hard to get anything moving 10 or 11 days in the same direction. But that's what we're watching here this morning. I hope it helps. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. Okay, let's get back here to the gold market. Folks, I've seen a lot of great things in gold, but boy, today's action was so incredible that I had to archive it because I happened to be up almost all night. You can see there's 3 o'clock in New York, so it's midnight my time. I took a little rest in here for about an hour or so. I'm feeling pretty good. I did sleep from 8:30 to 11:30, but when the markets are this active, I like doing it. It's like playing poker, and that's the really good thing. As a matter of fact, if you could want to root for me, I'm playing in Los Angeles the day after Thanksgiving. I'm playing in a Texas Hold'em tournament at the Commerce Casino down there. It's be about 500 players, and the buy-in is $500. And I took some money out of my grandson's piggy bank to cover the open, and then we'll see. Now, that $500 that you put up, you get a free meal, you get a good room rate and everything like that. But if you get into the money, your $500 will pay you $1,200. If you win it, it'll pay you $50,000. So for $500, I got 100 to 1 shot. And I'm a below average player, but I am lucky. We'll be right back. 877.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, I just want to point out a couple things here. Little O, A, B, C, D, turf, and surf. Hold on a second. This is there's your NASDAQ. You can see here. The high has been 03. Supposed to go to 10. That's not too far away, but there's A, B, C, D. But see how close we are now to the exact number that we had on that last little swing way back here. See, it's coming in very, very close. So this is, and not only that, the Dow is still down 250 points, but where it closes is what's going to be some folks. Something really big is happening in this market. I point out to you. Let's just look at this on the daily. When you drop like this, 1, 2, 3, and 4 days, okay, you drop from 48,500 to 46,200. You drop 2,200 points in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Go back and look to see how often that's happened, okay? In 4 days, you don't see, well, you see it back here when we had the April collapse. But look at the April. See, we're going to see an April. Well, what do I know? We're going to see this repeat because that was the CD leg right there. Okay. Now these things do repeat. So we're going to go over, bring it over here like this, move it over like that, and it's going to give you a pretty good idea where we think that Dow's going. And believe it or not, there it is, 42,200. We're going to drop 4,000 points, and well, I think that's what we're going to do. Maybe not. We'll do one thing at a time. But that's what we're paying attention to here this morning. All right, let's take a look at the British pound. Had several people ask about the old British pound. Get it up, and I've been too focused on other things to worry about the British pound. Here's the British pound right up in here. See what it's doing today. It's doing nothing. It's a no-brainer, it's just like it doesn't even care what's going on. See, it's just in this trading range doing, absolutely nothing. Euro's a little better, but that's the one I'm looking at that I'm doing the trading in, is in the euro. Okay, now we want to take a look at the wheat, because wheat got up to our long-term price objective on that wheat from back when it was 490. Hold on a second here. And we'll get this up here today. And we hit it today. There's the 60-minute. Oh, get out of there, British pound. You don't need to belong in there. Okay, there's the wheat. Got right up here to the old 786, right up in this area. Sold off a little bit, and now it's just bouncing around. This is where we sold on Friday, folks. That was the ABCD during the live trading, and had that nice move down, and then it goes back up again. But when you're trading, for a short period of time, and you're only risking, 6 cents, and you make 20 cents, $1,000, that's a really good one to look at. We had a good day in the Japanese yen, and that also in the stock indices, because I'm just watching, folks, if you stick with ABCD, you're not going to get hurt too bad. I don't understand. Well, I know why. What am I talking about? I know why I don't understand. Why? Because first of all, I'm not a very, what do you call it? I'm not very famous for sure. And the second thing is that this is so simple that people say, well, that nothing like that could possibly work. Well, it's only been working since, Gartley introduced it back in 1937. That's a hell of a deal itself. Okay, move on. We got 2 stocks to cover, and then we got that one done, and then we got to cover the one I've never heard of. This is ARC. I don't know who that is. Well, I think it's I don't know her name. I don't really know. I've seen her picture, but this is it right here. This has a big swing, folks. This is a ETF for innovation, whatever that is. But look at this. Look at the swings on this thing, folks. This thing used to be 160, then it went all the way down in 2023 from 160 to 25. They had it on discount. And then we had the move here over the last few years. Let's just look, see if we have any of the ABCD action on this one. There's your low right here at 29. So we mark that in right there. There's your BC swing. There's your move right there. And we have the big gap up. So we've got to add that to the 1.27, and we'll see what we come up with. All right. Folks, what's happened here in these last few weeks is that all of these ABCD patterns that I've been looking at for months now, people are starting to see that they're coming up like ducks on a pond. And that's where you've got to be really aware when you're doing these, that if this is in fact the case, there's going to be what Ken Galbraith, there, Nobel Prize in economics from Harvard, he said, what you're looking for is a change in economic thought. In other words, what you're thinking, other people are thinking, you have to think a little bit differently. Well, I have an edge. My edge is John Jameson, folks, because he thinks differently than most people. His thinking is totally out of the box. He just literally knows that what things are happening or not. He's told me about the Ukraine war, all this other stuff, the Hamas stuff, what was going to happen, and it happened before. And he tells me that these people that work at Planeteer, that's what their job is that they do thinking outside the box. In other words, they're telling you is not really what's happening. We know what politicians do all the time. That's how they get elected. Sure, there'll be a loaf of bread in everybody's bread box, but they're going to lock the bread box and not let you get to it. So that I don't know. Anyway, let's move on here. We got another. I'm trying to kill some time here. I was really prepared, I thought, today, but I literally got blindsided with that. Took me a little over an hour and a half to finally get someone to help me to see what was going on here. I want to get this other stock that people asked me to JP Morgan. That's JP Morgan is right there. Now, some of these have been hit pretty hard. Now, this is up on the day for a while, so that's good. That's another reason why the Dow had a little bit of a rally, but this is a major top in here. Something happened here, folks, when it drops from 310 to 295 with no buying. That's a wrong sign, but just be real careful. That's basically what I'm following here as we walk through the valley of the stock traders almanac today. All right, let's get up, and we had one other stock to talk about. Hold on, let's get it up here. Meta. Always feel better when you're dealing with Meta. Now that's a bullish chart, folks. This guy's a smart dude. They all went to school together. I think, what is it? Zuckerberg and Musk and the Tesla guy, that's Musk. And who was the other one? The Palantir guy, they all went to school around the same time. Something happened here, folks. You see, this is where everything was looking really good. And boom, just like it did here. This stock is in trouble. I mean, this is a big, look how much money, that billions of dollars they put in here. We are down, folks, $200 in just a month from September the 8th to where we are right now, that's $200 in a month. That's 20. That's a big drop. So, what's bad is that pretty soon, everybody that bought it since May is underwater right there. Everybody. Now, how much lower is it going to go? I don't know.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, this is the price of we're looking at this thing at 28.10. If you do that, you got to put about a 50 pip stop, 50 points on that, because this thing jumps around a lot. Question about silver came up during the break. Let's get it up here because it had some tremendous swings last night, just like the gold did. Let's get that. We'll get the hourly chart up. You'll be able to see it without too much trouble. It doesn't look like they're that much, but these are pretty big swings that we're watching here this morning. Okay, here is the there's today's action right here. It's a low early in the morning. Okay, now we're going to just measure from this. Here is what we were watching for. Okay, so you got your ABCD patterns coming down. Okay, and as they come down, we have one. This must mean something off of this number right here. So all I'm going to do now is to draw it from this high right here, because it's a pretty significant number, and see if it takes us down It doesn't, because it doesn't get down there far enough. See, it doesn't act as beautifully as harmonic as the gold. You see, gold was a perfect move right down here. Silver didn't do that. And then on the way up, you remember, get this smaller time frame up here. Remember how gold made the perfect 382s? They didn't do that. This was not the same. There's the bottom that we saw that gold had. There it is, 2 o'clock in the morning. Silver was 49. It goes rise $750. Let's try it again, Larry. Yeah, $7,500, just like gold did. But this is not the same. The ABCD's okay, but all the rest of the stuff, there's no 382 in here at all. Doesn't line up perfectly. There might have been one right here. Let's just double check for kicks and giggles. But that's why you want to pick there it is right there. Fix it right on the money. And it's an ABCD. There it is right there at 50, rallies $3,000. So not as easy as gold. So find the one that's easy. Gold was easy. Silver's not easy. That's why I keep looking at the gold market, okay? Anyway, folks, I love you all. Live every day in an attitude of gratitude. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be well rested and in the ring.